Hello ladies and gents, I am the Rev, and we are back with more of Encased. And in the last episode, we cleared... Oh, it doesn't show the huge one, does it? But we went through the Arizona area. We popped down here to the Magellan Station. But as I was going through our data... We've got the Maelstrom, we've got My Story. So the Maelstrom is one version of a way to look at what we're supposed to be doing. My Story is another. You got to go all the way to the bottom. It said, while roving the wilderness, you had a vision. Judging by your path lies to Junktown. So that's where we're going to go. Because otherwise, I mean, yeah. Strange thing drawing us to the north of the dome. But the other thing I did was went into the old character and I wanted to be able to upgrade weapons, so I went into tech, and you got to at least get this up high enough here, so now we're proficient in it. So that means is these are all the things I can currently upgrade. So we'd go from a level 1 to a level 2. This one, we need high-tech weapons technical manual. Because we've got weapon repair kit. And we have to get the high-tech modifications, but I'm going to work towards that. Again, you know, it's all a matter of what weapons you want to use. Currently, this is working for us. So we got a Reaper. We're going to... It's real easy. Once you've got everything you need, bam! Now the next stage is 22 to 23. Oh, wow. This bad boy right now is that. At level 2. So it looks like weapons seem to be kind of the same here from level 1 to level 2. High-tech weapons versus... light weapons. And now I don't have enough, I don't have the manual, or I could upgrade that too, but what would be the point? This is better, and that's better. But those are the directions we're heading in with that. Alright, so we'll go to Junktown. But yeah, there's so much to go over and read. Ooh. You stumble upon a lonely hab pod in the middle of nowhere. There isn't a soul in sight. Well, yeah, we'll check it out. You cautiously approach and listen. There's not a sound to be heard. However, you notice something painted on the barracks wall. 2 human silhouettes, but white instead of black. They're very true to life. A man and a woman squirming in agony. The man seems to be shielding himself with his arms, and the woman is hiding behind him. Sure, we'll touch it. Why not? You don't learn anything from touching the shadow. You scratch it with a fingernail, but the paint doesn't peel either. It's high quality paint, or these aren't stencils at all, but a type of print produced by some photo-emissive effect. The hab-pod looks quite new, although one of the windows is broken. The front door is ajar. You crack the door open a little wider and immediately smell ozone. Somewhere, a clock is ticking. The sound is like the pounding of a hammer in a deadly silence. You look inside but don't see any clocks. In fact, the house is surprisingly empty. Either some looters came through or it wasn't ever lived in. There are no personal belongings, and the shelves and drawers are empty. It looks like a firm film set, or one of those fake houses erected on nuclear weapons test sites. Oh... You're relieved to exit the hab pod and continue your journey. Ticking and mysterious silhouettes will haunt your imagination for a long time. Oh, that was just horrible. All right,
hum in your head that's accompanied you from the moment you left Nashville and had almost fallen silent since suddenly returns.
That sucks. Headache's back.
Barely able to stay on your feet to look around. The road took you to a strange slum of rusty iron roofs. Above them, you can clearly see a faintly glowing column of blue light just like in the first vision that visited you shortly after you awoke.
So, we need to find that building.
Somewhere in these slums is the unknown, but apparently important goal of your journey.
Come on in. The city's already under quarantine, but there are still a few places in Junktown.
A dirty and exhausted-looking woman in a white wing uniform rushes up to you. She clutches your hand in a death grip.
You're my last hope. Please. Please, please, please.
The woman stares at you imploringly. Katarzyna Belitskaya, relic registration specialist, is printed on her faded badge.
As we run into this random person, I'm starting to wonder, when do we start picking up crew? You know what I'm saying? Now, what you got to say, girl?
The White interprets your silence as a willingness to listen. She hugs you so fiercely that for a second you forget how to breathe.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Thank
personal
you.
space.
I just know you're a good person. If you won't help me, nobody will, and I'll just die. Die here, amongst these.
Katarzyna pulls herself together.
I've been banished from the city. From Magellan. They took my Selectron and stripped me of my citizenship. No one wants to help me. Everyone's afraid they'll end up like me. All because of that damn Nakamura and her laws.
Belitskaya looks upon you with new hope.
But you'll help me for sure, won't you? I need to get to Magellan, and you can lead me there. You have a Selectron, I see it. It's hanging right there by your belt.
Yeah, why did she lose
The
her
White's
citizenships?
face falls, and she hurriedly looks away.
It's these new rules they've enacted. Commit any offense at all, and you're no longer a full rights member of society.
Yeah, you know, honey.
Belitskaya nods readily.
Yes, yes, of course. Ask.
The White taps the Selectron hanging by your belt.
Please, guide me to Magellan. I just need to get to the station.
Yeah, I don't know if I've got to go there. So,
The White
yeah.
is on the verge of tears.
Yes, of course. I'll be here. Where else can I go?
Okay. Ooh, good chunk of experience there. Alright, so what do we got in our little town here? Gunsmithing workbench, which would be ammo. There's a bar, an arena, gates to the city, sewer entrance, emulator dome, and we're currently in the Junktown. You know what? Let's go to actually, let's see if this works. I clicked on the map. He didn't move. Okay. Right, it's over here, I think. Ooh, how do you get up there? So we make... Oh no! None of that is what I want. I don't have a rifle yet. And handgun. Well, I can only do 5. Oh, what would that do? 5 experience. Okay, that was worth it. All right. So that is there. Oh, that looks like what.
Will be yours.
Ah, just like in our vision there.
We'll be waiting for you. My dearly beloved people of the Dome, brothers and sisters, pause and listen.
Okay, my story has been updated. All right. That's a medical guy. What's up, medical dude? I don't know.
A lean woman is hunched over the console.
That'll
hair
work, I
pulled
guess.
back in a tight knot. As the doors close behind you with a quiet hiss, she turns briskly to face you.
You have an appointment, an examination, am I right? Know this. You must submit to a blood test and show me your Selectron as your ID. Some sly dogs have been coming around twice for an extra 100.
Her voice is firm and loud, and she's spinning a ring of keys on her finger, one that was sticking out of the console a moment ago. The badge on her white coat reads, Henrietta Russo, Project Director. The coat itself is flecked with several stains in different colors. Russo follows your gaze down to her soiled coat.
It's soda. This crap doesn't wash off.
So, what is this place? Yeah.
A baffled grimace appears on the woman's flushed face.
Then why are you here? Don't you want your examination, medical assistance, and 100 calm bombs to guzzle away in Beth's bar?
She spreads her arms as if to embrace the entire hall.
This is Emulator, the place they began to build immediately after the incident. As you can see, it's still being built, so I can't show you any miracles yet. Anything else that interests you?
Henrietta is rifling through her pockets.
What do you need? Anyway, first we have to verify that the examination is actually necessary. That's why you have to pass the simplest test right now. I have to be certain you really cross paths with Maelstrom.
Oh, yeah, that was the last
Taking a
episode.
notebook out of her pocket.
Okay.
So, first question. Where did you contact Maelstrom?
Russo taps pen on pad impatiently.
Let's go. You know, we're going to be something like this, let's be honest. She seems on the up and up.
The white gives you a skeptical look, but makes no comment. Russo writes something down and turns the page.
Second question. Describe your interaction with Maelstrom.
No, I don't want to nightmare. Again, let's go with honesty.
The pen stops in Henrietta's fingers.
Okay. You were navigating the fog and talking to them.
She shuts the notebook.
Let's get down to your examination. Stand here. I'm going to prepare special parameters for the scan. This will take some time.
Russo puts the scanner back on the computer console and studies you, deep in thought.
I could use a smoke after that. And I don't smoke, by the way.
Henrietta walks a full circle around you and stops in front of you again.
What can I say? That was the best 100 we've ever spent. Your vitals are downright incredible. The sensors are off the scale. Even the FOPs don't show these metrics. And unlike them, your brains haven't turned into mush, supposedly. I'm going to say this now. I need you to become part of this project. What do you say to that?
The white is looking at you expectantly.
Well, I don't know what her project is. Huh? Yeah, why should I help her?
Henrietta snaps her fingers.
A fair question.
Lay it out for me, girl.
The point is, you're not helping me, you're
Oh, of
helping
course.
all mankind.
All mankind.
We're all locked up in here with everything that implies. Maelstrom unstable, politicians squabbling, and communication with the outside world still unavailable.
You know, that kind of sounds like our current situation right now. Except we don't know what's going on with all the aliens that the government keeps saying that they're seeing. Our politicians are always squabbling. And communications with anything beyond our planet is a no-no. So, you know, depends on how you want to look at it, I suppose.
She catches your eyes.
I have faith in the Emulator project. I believe it will protect us from Maelstrom wandering across the desert and frying people's brains. I believe we can use that force for good. But I'm short of both resources and manpower. That's why I need help from someone with a unique psychic field. You could be a critical piece of the scientific jigsaw puzzle. When we solve it, we'll get the answers to all our questions.
She's laying on kind of thick.
Moreover, it's about profit and prestige. You can't imagine how many doors will fly open to an employee of the Emulator project. You'll have money, fame, and all the power you could possibly need. And you're still asking why? I call it the ultimate offer.
Oh,
So, do you
man.
accept?
Russo offers her hand.
Okay, not ready. Want to be... Nah, I don't want to merge with that. Follows the most responsible policy. Isn't the committee? Okay, so personally... Yeah, let's do this first.
She assumes a mocking expression.
They aren't. The Emulator is the only project aiming to reign in Maelstrom. All the others, Carmine Heights, the Phalanx, the Church, are sitting pretty. They're busy with their little political squabbles while the scientists are tilting at windmills.
Renovations. Kill anybody gets in the way. Oh, there we go. Agree you'll help under the condition that your name and identity remain secret. Yeah, I think we'll get further with that, because then we can be sneaky and deceptive. Kill people. Or things that get in our way.
The white smiles reassuringly.
Don't worry. I've worked with introverts before, and I can fully empathize with you. No publicity then.
Yeah, you can call me an introvert. I call it being smart.
Russo nods toward the bulletproof glass.
As we agreed. Let's get straight to the point.
Henrietta gestures for you to come over. She stops near the control panel to examine a massive construction hanging from the ceiling of the main hall. She fixes you with her gaze.
Long story short, in 1976, the incident started in Nashville. Maelstrom broke free of the excavation zone, destroyed the spire, and killed a lot of people. And those who weren't killed outright had their brains fried into non-existence. If that was an experiment, I'd call it a total fail.
Russo raises her head to study the green lights high up under the complex's ceiling with acute fascination.
Everybody was in a panic all that year, waiting every day for the end of the world. But Nakamura was able to overcome the disturbances and evacuated the bigger part of the survivors here. She offered autonomy to anyone who wanted it, those from Phalanx and Carmine Heights, and decided that something must be done about Maelstrom in the center of the dome. Thus, the Emulator was born.
Okay.
Henrietta clasps her hands behind her back and walks around the room.
Things went quite well over the next 2 years. Maelstrom showed no activity, and all the trials were right on schedule. But several months ago, our sensors detected that Maelstrom had begun to grow, to become stronger. From my own calculations, I realized we needed the help of all those different people. Someone needs to search for relics for the Emulator, and help with the coding. Otherwise, the Nashville megalo anomaly will overtake us. It will be too late.
The white clenches her teeth and shakes her head. It's the first time you've ever seen her this serious.
That's why they're here. Spencer, Abbott and his nutty buddy Santiago, and of course Karma. Our relationship with her has been sour since day one. Kimiko sacrificed a lot for them to be here. And I only lost control over the project. You know I would shove my ambitions and call it a day, if that was of any use to the Emulator, but...
She points downwards. From the edge of the balcony, you can see a mishmash of burnt wires and the melted remains of some relic.
Now it's all gone to hell. The price has already been paid, but there were no results. The trials were unsuccessful. That's why I need help. And that's why I believe you're twice as valuable an employee.
Russo sinks into the chair.
Told you! Welcome aboard. I forgot to add that this Titanic is barely staying afloat, and there's another iceberg dead ahead. But we can still sail through, if we really do give it our best.
Henrietta is sitting behind the console, visibly tired. She's taken her shoes off, and you can see bright green socks peeping out from the edge of the console.
I'm a bit short of breath from that pretentious speech, but hopefully you can understand we have the same goals now. And it's time for us to discuss the details. Great. Let's begin.
Henrietta opens her notebook. She runs her eye rapidly over the lines.
Past trials are unsuccessful. That's why it's so important to do everything right, and get the system ready for the new trials and a test run as soon as possible. Let's see what we have on that list.
Biting her lip, Russo checks her notepad.
Let's start with the driver. It's not installed. Kama Ishtwani is responsible for it. Her door is next to mine, by the way. Find out what's going on. Next, our transcriptor got fried during the recent trials. The new one is supposed to arrive via Phalanx caravan, but nothing's come yet. Go poke Don Spencer. He must know something about it. Spencer usually hangs out with his caravan buddies in the market square.
She makes a note in her notebook.
Yes, you should also talk to those nutty church people. Santiago, he usually preaches near the city entrance. Promised me a special version of the teleglasses to connect to the emulator. And what do you suppose he's given me so far? Nothing. I still haven't seen those damn glasses.
The white seems to be losing her temper a little bit at a time. She rubs her forehead tiredly and sets her notebook aside.
Everything isn't going smoothly for us either. Since the tests, the system's power supply hasn't been restored. Talk to technician Clayton Montgomery on Magellan's reactor level.
Woo!
I almost forgot. The emulator needs anomaly essence to work. This essence can be found in various parts of the dome, but we don't have a lot of time. Do you know about the picnic neutral zone?
Yeah, we've been there.
That place in the swamps is full of anomalies. Talk to the people out there. They'll have essence for sure.
Henrietta grows
okay.
absent, perhaps reviewing what she said in case she's forgotten anything important. Russo looks at you.
So, this is what we're going to do. I'm staying here to prepare the trial program and make sure no one fiddles with the emulator. You handle everything else. Better start with Magellan. I have a feeling they've got some hidden agenda, okay?
Well, I probably won't start with that. In fact, let's go talk to her.
A plumpish woman in a white coat is sitting at a table surrounded by screens. Her fingers fly rapidly over the keyboard, the sharp click of the keys like distant gunfire. As you approach, the clicking of the keyboard stops, and the white raises her eyes to study you. She doesn't seem angry or irritated, but her glance is so cold it gives you chills. Without a word, she returns to her work, as if you didn't exist. The keyboard noises stop.
Tama Ishtwani. Nice to meet you.
She says indifferently. The white offers you her hand, but retracts it the moment your fingers touch. Hers are cold as her dead eyes. The keys begin their interminable clicking again. The clicking stops, and Ishtwani grabs your sleeve.
I will ask you a few questions, and then you are free to go.
She looks at your badge, apparently recognizing your name and rank.
Are you connected to other project participants somehow? Any intimate relationships? Friendship? Family?
Karma nods slowly without shifting her piercing
I don't know any of these
Is that
motherfuckers.
the exact and entire truth?
Ishtwani's grip slackens slightly, but her fingers are still wrapped around your wrist like
What-
a handcuff.
What is with people touching us in this game?
What were your goals in joining the project?
She asks.
Ooh, none of those answers I like. That's conceited. That's innocence. That's duty. And that's saying you're a noob. Let's go with the request, I
In
guess.
Ishtwani's icy eyes, you see she is absolutely determined that you're lying.
You simply responded to the request. That was a highly doubtful answer.
The white releases your hand.
I appreciate your answers. You may leave.
Still silent, Karma returns to her computer and resumes tapping away on the keyboard.
The absence of an answer is itself an answer, meaning either no or that I am still thinking about it.
Ishtwani speaks through clenched teeth. She does not pause in her typing. She steps away from the table and crosses her arms to rest her hands on their opposite shoulders.
You pressuring me won't make the driver appear any sooner, but you can contribute to the common cause. Are you ready to hear how? Then listen. I won't repeat myself.
Ishtwani plucks the kairos from your pocket without asking and begins clicking away.
I'm uploading the coordinates of the science and engineering team camp. Maelstrom activity in that area is relatively high, but it is still safe. 4 scientists are taking readings on that activity and using the data to build an updated driver.
So that's where we get the driver from. Oh, I got a feeling every one of these people are going to be sending us somewhere. Just watch. It's all good. Suppose that'd be the whole point, wouldn't it?
My dearly beloved people of the Dome, brothers and sisters, pause and
Whoa,
listen
I so
and
hit the
think.
wrong button. Put that away.
What brought you here to this desert? Was it money? Adventure? Goodwill? One thing every one of us has in common.
A giant man spreads his arms in greeting. Impenetrable black glasses hide at least half his face. The stranger smiles.
Reverend Santiago at your service. Is this about my sermon, the priceless gift of the new world? I could check you in.
He embraces you with his strong, warm arms,
The
smiling
hell,
all
again?
the while. Santiago's lips, still stretched in a broad smile, twitch once or twice. Although his eyes are hidden behind the glasses, you can tell he's examining you closely. The Reverend's bright smile widens.
You know, it's hard to win Henrietta's confidence. You're a special person, that's for sure. If only I knew why. Anyway, the device you're asking for is the apex of our technology. I'm not comfortable handing it over to a stranger. No offense intended, of course. Let's do this. Since I want to know you better, I'll be watching out for you at our sermons. We conduct them every day at 6 p.m. on this very spot. Is that all right with you?
He extends his hand to seal the deal.
All right, sermon. I'm making notes, by the way, if you guys are wondering, because this is a lot of crap to remember. Yeah, I got no
Santiago
choice. You're a
smiles
douche.
guiltily and drapes his arm over your shoulders.
Well, what's up? Please don't be offended. Just come to our sermon. My dearly beloved people of the Dome, brothers and sisters, pause and listen and...
Okay. There's Don Spencer. I think that's the market they were talking about. Oop. Nope. Nope. That is the sheriff's office, I think. Here we go. Come here, dude. The man gives you a delusionary glance. He's swilling a glass of whiskey in his hand. His badge reads, Don Spencer.
I'm listening.
He says thickly, around the stub of his cigar.
Yep. There we go. That's what we need.
The caravan didn't make it.
He says shortly and puffs out a plume of smoke.
Okay, so where can
He
we get a
shows you
relic?
a map of the dome on his communicator screen. Somewhere to the northeast, a tiny triangle is shimmering faintly.
Last time they were in touch, it was somewhere around here. And that was it.
He steps over to the window, his cigar shedding thick chunks of ash on the floor.
I'll send you the coordinates. Go check it out.
Okay.
Come on, don't be shy.
Oh.
Come back again.
Okay. Oh, what is that? Ooh. Yeah, okay, I bet you we can find stuff to trade. Alright, so what do we want to keep? What do we want to get rid of? Well, that I don't have a use for. So, tune in next time to see where we go next. As always, I'm the Rev. Keep your heads down. Your perceptions up, and I'll see you again real damn soon.